Oh, hey. Welcome to the cold tub, everybody. I was just doing a little breathing to regulate my body and my stress to this cold tub we're in. But we're here in the cold tub. Are you ready to join us?
Wow. Right. Hey, all right. There we are. We are in the cold tub. Jake, you seem so relaxed in the cold tub.
Well, because, yeah, you got to breathe when you get in that cold water.
I know you're being like,
I
know you're being cool about it, but no pun intended. But are you really that relaxed when you're in that freezing water, dude?
Yes, I've done a sauna to cold tub before, and in 38 degrees, just get in and just mind over matter.
Where did your testicles end up, like right under your Adam's apple to form a triangle?
It was more like I got in the water and then and they went back down.
Right, just push them back, got all the way down.
But I got my wool socks on today, so I'm good.
Are they all the way down there?
Now they're down to my heels.
You are getting old. Dude, your ears hang low. All right. Well, hey, guys, welcome to the cold tub. I am Nate Jackson, and this is Jake Plummer.
Yeah, well, you know what's going to happen in the cold tub back in the day. You know, we never knew.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this game because, wow, what a win by the Broncos on the road against Philly, 21-17. We're going to watch some plays. We're going to talk about your perspective. Bo Nix playing a hell of a game, especially in the fourth quarter there. But what were your initial takeaways from that pretty monumental win by the Broncos?
One, just like you said, a monumental win, great win. It's early in the season. Let's not all,
Wait, we didn't win the Super Bowl?
No.
Damn it.
But we did go into Philly, which is a great place to play ball. Oh, my God. One of my favorite cities to play ball in. I don't know if it was playing ball there that I liked the most, or if it was getting 2 Philly cheesesteaks, 2 with from Pat's the night before. It was always
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you weren't eating like steamed broccoli and like.
Dude, in Philly, I was going straight to Pat's, get 2 wit and crushing those things.
2?
Yes.
Is Pat's really that good?
I loved it. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't getting that in Arizona. This is when I was a Cardinal. But anyway, my heart is in Philly because my first live action was in Old Veterans Stadium where they had turf and then a little piece of pad and then concrete. And I got the ball on the 2-yard line. They decided to put me in. So that's when I went into the huddle.
Really?
And Larry Centers was going like this, looking at me. And I said, "You got something in your eye, Larry?" He's like, "No, baby. Eye of the tiger. Eye of the tiger."
Oh, and you were in the city of Rocky too.
Yes. I stepped into the huddle and I said, "Y'all ready to take this motherfucker 98 yards? And everybody perked up, and we took it 98 yards and scored.
Wow. Yeah. And that's how you started your career?
That's how my career in the legit regular season of the NFL started.
Wow.
In Philly on the 2-yard line. So hard place to win, great place to come out of it with a victory. Amazing sports fans, some of the best you will find anywhere. They have sports fans in Philly when you'll burn your car down and burn shit down when you win and when you lose, that means they're into it.
And that's some great context, though, because, the Broncos stepped into that yesterday.
Yes.
Against the Super Bowl champion, 4-0. They had some internal issues going on. Like, they were
that affected them.
Unhappy 4-0.
Yeah.
Like, they're A.J. Brown rallying for the ball more, Devontae Smith. They got the ball more, but it threw them off balance. Their mojo was all fucked up. Of course, that matters. But we've been, and a lot of people in the media have been critical on Bo for his performance in the first, 4 games and some of the things maybe technique-wise or fundamentally or whatever it might be, because everyone's always so fucking hard on you guys, the quarterback. So we're going to dive into it and take a look at some of the film and some of the awesome stuff Bo was doing really well.
Yeah, when you're the quarterback, all eyes on you. Number one, you have to remain who you are so deeply and be that person. And I'm seeing that from Bo, and I can feel it from his teammates. They didn't panic. Nobody panicked. It was like, first 3 quarters, they didn't perform like we wanted them to, and they didn't either how they wanted themselves to, but they stayed with it. They believe in their leader. They believe in their leader, and we saw what can happen when that team sticks together and doesn't listen to the crowd. I mean, that would have maybe been a different game at home because, there would have been boos instead of on the road when you're like, okay, we're against everybody here. There's no one booing me. If we're getting booed, it's because it's the other team. And so you can band together a little bit there. And I think we're seeing Bo's leadership, and especially what a great fourth quarter the whole team put down was really to amazing, really good win.
So Bo had 3 quarters that were kind of pedestrian as far as points on the board, at least 3 points
True.
through 3 quarters, and then an 18-point burst there in the fourth quarter. How important is the running game to kind of staying in it and keeping you as a quarterback calm and focused? I mean, because they did focus on the running game. J.K. Dobbins did have 19 carries. They ran the ball 19 times in the second half. You know, when Sean Payton has had a hard time doing that in the past, how does that calm you as a quarterback?
Well, it's always nice when you are getting production from your running back, and not all the plays were going for big runs, but Dobbins is impressing me. A couple times there was nothing there. He still got 3-4 yards. There was one play, a cutback, where he took it and he made a hard cut back to the right, and he got a huge gain. And that reminded me of the days here with Shanahan and that stretch run game and zone run game, and guys pushing the angle to the 5-hole, 7-hole, but then waiting, knowing that big play happens when you cut back. And we saw that. We also saw that Bo was getting massive production rolling out.
Yeah.
Even half rolling, moving the pocket, or full rollout from the effect that the run game has. When you're not getting 10, 12, 14 yards a game, but you're getting 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, these chunk plays that keep you on schedule. So kudos to sticking with the run game. It's important. And also just for those old linemen up there, and big hogs getting after it. You got to love them.
Yeah, and keeping the defense off the field, keeping them fresh. I mean, they were able every time they came on the field in the second half to stifle the Eagles offense, and you got to think being well rested helped. Okay, let's 100%. Get into this gosh darn film. We're going to take a look at some plays and break them down for you. We're going to start off with the very last play of the first quarter, and it was just a dime from Bo Nix to his former teammate, Troy Franklin of Oregon. We're going to see the all-22 here. Jake, what do you see?
Great run fake, great setup in the pocket, and you see this ball come out even almost as he's making his break, if not a little before. That's just confidence in the rep. That's confidence in the receiver. The line does a great job, like I said, of protecting and giving Bo a nice place to set up. But watch his feet. He sets up, hitches, boom. That ball's out, great location. The receiver comes down his stem. These are called like deep hooks, where if the guy's off, I'm hitting you right when you turn. If they're on you, then I'm going to drift you out towards the sideline. And a great throw here in the first quarter, followed up by what I want to talk about next.
Hold on, I want to make a point. Yeah, I want to, I have a few things to say sometimes,
Talk, Nate.
Troy Franklin, I'm going to talk about the receiver. I'm going to talk about the route because, this is Troy Franklin's a speedy guy, and that DB out there, that's the vulnerable spot on this team. He's the guy that Sean Payton decided to attack in this game. You're going to see him do it later. Now, Cooper DeJean, he plays nickel. He's a beast. That other guy, Quinyon Mitchell, I think it is. He's also a beast. But this corner was the vulnerable one, and they knew it. So they decided to attack him. That was part of the game plan. Look at him, get him running. The guy flips his hips. He drops out of it, and it's a nice completion there. All right, let's move on to the next play.
Yes, great route. You're right.
Yeah, great route.
You have to push that depth to get him
to turn those hips. It's not all about the quarterback, Jake.
Yes, it is. So here it is, because right here, this throw, everybody probably watched this and like ho-hum, ha-ha, great. This is one of the most difficult throws a quarterback can make. Your guy's running flat away from you, but your point is to try to lead him upfield. Bo throws this to a spot that's just perfect. He couldn't hand it in a better spot. Is it a big gain? No, but it's a 5-yard gain. I think it's a 5-yard gain, and it keeps them on schedule. And I tell you, this is a hard throw. You'll watch many quarterbacks not be able to make this throw, but today and this day, yesterday, meant today, then they did it. Bo was accurate. Bo put the ball in some really tight spots. Again, the key is to keep this guy running downhill, and he did that here.
So some days are you just feeling more accurate than others as a quarterback? Why on some days are you kind of off, and then some days you're on?
There can be a multitude of reasons. Sometimes an injury to your left hip doesn't allow you to follow through right, or your foot might hurt, or your shoulder's sore, or you got hit there. A lot of things can go wrong during a game that you have to mend during the week, but it's really just finding that consistency and muscle memory and practice reps over and over and over until in the game it's just reacting. And so we're seeing that from Bo. I think we're seeing him pull the trigger with confidence. And for me, that's a huge sign as this team evolves and matures, is to watch him pull the trigger with some big confidence in big moments, as we're going to see more of.
Yeah, he was throwing the ball well. He was standing firm in the grass and not too much happy feet. Still, only 3 points through three quarters. We're going to fast forward to the fourth quarter where things really started to get clicking. The Broncos gaining a lot of confidence here. 8:21 left in the fourth quarter. We got 3rd and 15, David, and we got a pretty awesome completion to Cortland Sutton on this play.
Yeah, we got 3rd and 15 is not a great down and distance to be in, but we saw a great route from Cortland, getting his depth, number one. When he caught it, he was past the sticks. And number two here, Bo uses his eyes. You can see him looking away. He throws it before Cortland's coming out of the break. Even the defenders were kind of stupefied by that and kind of like, what happened? So you see him plant that back foot, take a little gather step, and deliver a rocket strike right in the chest of Cortland. There's nothing he can do but catch it.
Well, I mean, let's show that again, if you could, from that angle back there. We'll see it in a second. But what you're actually seeing is Bo throwing it right at the chest of the defender. If Cortland hadn't come back to the ball and stepped into that window, that would have hit the defender right in the chest between his numbers. And that's how much faith he has in Cortland to hit the top of his break there and come back down his stem.
If you could pause it, right? See, the aiming point for me is on the inside of those numbers because I know he's making his break. So I'm aiming the ball there. I'm not looking at Cortland. I'm throwing it to that void.
Right.
And great point by you that the receiver does exactly what he's coached to do. Get your depth, come out of the break flat, make the play.
Yeah, he's coming down.
And what's great here is he turns upfield, boom, and he gathers another first down. That's a whole nother first down he got by turning and going north.
Yep. And all these young receivers on the team are watching Cortland make plays like this and learning the fundamentals of coming back to the ball and heading straight up the field north and south. All right, the next play we're going to look at, the next play was a touchdown to Evan Ingram. It was a nice individual effort by him. And then that brought up the extra point.
Yeah.
And Sean Payton decided to go for 2. Your initial thoughts on going for 2 in that moment?
I loved it. I think at this time of the game, you're in faith with your defense. We can't say enough. I mean, the defense balled out in the second half, and especially the fourth quarter, containing Jalen and making plays downfield. But this gets you in the lead. Now you can okay, we have a lead. It's back on Philly to now take that from us. But this is a beautifully thrown ball. Timing on this, the accuracy on this, a guy in your face. Great job by Dobbins. Let's not just talk about him as a running back. The key there, he hits that guy low and blocks and gets his hands down so Bo can make the throw over him. Again, not an easy throw to make. Bo does make it look easy, but a great catch here to his old teammate. And we're seeing this kid step up. We're seeing Mims, who early in the game, punt returns. Mims has been awesome.
31-yarder.
Dude, when he gets those are 2 first downs that he got you.
Yeah.
As an offense, you don't have to go out. Look, Surtain even goes, woo, dropping dimes, dude. You're dropping dimes. They love that. Now the defense can go get after it because you got a lead. I like this call.
Yeah, it's a lot like the old sprint right option play here, isn't it? I mean,
boom, get the defender's hands down. Now I got a lane.
And for Troy Franklin there, you do a jab step inside, and then you just racing him to the front pylon. And again, that's on that corner who was the weak link. They had a play going in, and they knew that they were going to attack him. If they get that look, they're going to go for it. They overloaded one side, and they did on timing, that half rollout. Look at that play. Beautiful.
It's a scary throw because if you're behind or late and there's a good DB, he takes that and takes it to the house. Even though it's 2 points, 2-point conversion, it's still this is a high level throw.
Yeah. Fans
should be encouraged by this at this moment that ball was nothing but catchable.
But again, kind of a dangerous way to catch that ball with the
true.
that. I mean, he did secure it.
He gave the defender a chance by waiting for it to get there.
I want to see him do that and not that.
Yeah, good point.
You know what I mean?
Out there, young
but nice catch. Nice catch. You made the catch. All right. All right. Next play we're going to take a look at. All right. This is a little hot route. Jake's going to talk about why this is important. 2:34 left in the fourth quarter. Bo makes something out of nothing here.
Yeah, 2nd and 14. At this point, they got 4 receivers over to the left. Bo redirects the center to go pick up the guy backside, leaving this other defender free now. And he knows this. But the most important thing is that Cortland knows it too.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than you're hot and a receiver doesn't give you a target.
Right.
So as we see, Bo makes a little and gets the guy up. Great job by Cortland getting into Bo's vision. Hot routes were always very stressful moments because you knew a guy's free and he's going to kill you if you don't get it out. Great job here on what could have been, what does this go to, like third now and 19, 3rd and 20 if he doesn't get that ball out. And then this is a way different game with only a 1-point lead.
Yeah.
This to me is a play of the game.
Really?
Yes, because it continues the drive. He gets upfield. They're in field goal range now.
Yeah.
And instead of being in a long behind the chains, 3rd and long, who knows what they run there. Huge conversion here. Great awareness by Bo and Cortland to be like, yep, we practiced this, one man free.
Yeah, and hot routes are funny because, as a receiver, your guy comes or you're wide open. The logical thing to do is just stop and make yourself available. But sometimes receivers are so mentally full with all the things they're supposed to be doing and the depth they're supposed to get to that you don't do the obvious thing that schoolyard ball would tell you to do, which is give them a throw right now. Instead, you're just so one-dimensional, one-track mind. You run your route, and then you don't give you a throw.
Yeah.
And it just shows the veteran presence of Cortland Sutton to see in that moment and give his guy a throw.
Yeah, I mean, and to give you – to set up in a lane, not set up behind a defender.
Right.
He sets up in a lane that's easy for Bo to get the ball to. But a huge play here. This isn't like hard to do as a quarterback, but this is a play you got to make, and it's not always easy. And so this was, I think, at a very crucial moment to continue this drive. Big time by these guys to make this happen. And that's where Bo is fun to watch. When he's off kilter like this, he can still make throws with his feet whacked out. Some guys can't.
Yeah.
Bo can.
Well, the Broncos made a lot of plays to help themselves in the fourth quarter, but they also got a little bit of help from the Eagles, who made some bonehead penalties, and we're going to take a look at one of those right now. 2:27 left in the fourth quarter. A late hit on R.J. Harvey.
Boom.
After
great
a catch
defense, great tackle, and then this.
That was going to bring up 4th down. The Broncos were going to have to kick a field goal there and then would have been susceptible. Instead, 15-yard penalty. They don't always call that, though.
No.
They don't always call that, which they didn't.
Well, let's get to this. Here he is. He's down. What happens? This guy comes in, instead of like to tap him down, your knee's down, tap you down, he puts his shoulder into the guy's head. Are we making this game safe or not? This call helps the game be safe for game to play. Philly fans pissed off. Denver fans would have been pissed too, but this was the right call. The guy's down. And here comes a dude jacking him in the neck. And look, he's hurt. That hurt.
And that hurts today, too.
And that's not right.
No.
That's the kind of play that I think should be flagged more often. As we will see, I didn't bring this up in one of the earlier shows, but against the Chargers, when Cortland Sutton makes a catch and he goes down. And again, this kind of stuff is allowed. You'll watch this on Sundays and see he's down. And this defender comes in and absolutely tries to hit him in the head. Catches him in the chin. Flag that, please. Why? Because he's down. He's conceding I'm down. Touch him. You're down. And this guy tries to hit him. Like that kind of play didn't get flagged, but we're seeing, I hope, more of these get flagged so that you clean the game up and you do make it safer. And I'm not trying to make it soft and easy, but do you think it's necessary? His knee to his left rib and an elbow to the chin? No. If he did that to a quarterback, flag 100 times out of 100.
Yeah.
And this is the type of thing that I think can be cleaned up.
It's a good thing Cortland Sutton does so many crunches.
Yeah.
Because he was ready for that moment. All right, let's get back to the final moments of the Denver Broncos game against the Eagles. Now, they were on defense and they had to come up with something, okay? And the Eagles were driving. They had the ball with under a minute left. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They're moving the ball. And, well, the Broncos, sometimes they're on one side of the penalties, sometimes they're on the other. J.L. Skinner kind of getting lucky that he didn't get flagged on this call. And he got flagged earlier, right? He did, yeah. Yeah. And, again, very lucky he did not get flagged here. It was PI. Yeah, he's holding him. It was bang, bang there. And the funny thing is he stands up like he made a great play, and I'm like, get your hands off the goddamn what is he doing grabbing him? Why are you grabbing him? It's an interception. If you get your goddamn hand free, you can actually play the ball if you're not holding on to him here. Well, he's typically not on the field in these moments, and it's fun. And why is he on the field now? And I don't know. Well, that's what I'm saying. So he's a special teams player typically. He's a special teams core guy. He's on all the 4 special teams, and then he gets some spot coverage here. But every once in a while, because of an injury or a circumstance or the defense you want to run, a guy who doesn't have all that experience or isn't used to being there in that moment is thrust into that moment covering this, borderline Pro Bowl tight end man-to-man down the field, and it could have cost him. Hey, no, not to discount what he's doing. Hard as hell to do that. What he's doing. I mean, I don't want to say Skinner's not worthy of being there. He did make some plays. He's stepping up, but he got called for one holding, and here he is on the crucial play of the game, holding on to the guy. But if you watch that, you can see if his hand's not holding on and he's just touching him,
to know where he's at, he probably intercepts that ball instead of missing what could have been the game, calling a penalty that gave the Eagles a chance to win the game. It goes all the time without being called holding, and then it does get called. We've mentioned this in the show before.
Yeah.
It's going to come back and hurt these guys and hurt the Broncos if we don't clean that up soon, I think.
Boxing gloves for everyone?
Boxing gloves, or tape their hands down and make them play a practice without using their fingers.
Yeah.
And just use feeling. Like, you can't grab somebody when you're getting a rebound, but you can use your hand and arm to feel where they're at.
Yeah.
It's a spatial thing, and I think these guys are high-level spatial awareness. But again, a play that could have been called, and we would all be bitching about it. It wasn't. Thank you, refs.
Well, it brought up the last play of the game, a Hail Mary attempt. And the two guys who were bitching about getting the ball all week both had a shot at it, and A.J. Brown knocked it away from Devontae Smith. He's like,
no, Smith knocked it away from Brown.
No, Brown was behind him, and he pulled it off of Devontae Smith.
Okay, here's what I thought when I saw this was like, Smith out of the way. I think A.J. Brown makes this catch.
They both end up on top of each other.
Because Brown goes for it, his hands were ready, and Smith went up and actually got in the way. Either way, stop your bitching, you two. Look what happens. You get beat in your home stadium by the Broncos.
Tell me a little bit about, as a quarterback, how you would handle what Jalen Hurts is going through. 4-0, Super Bowl champions leading into this game, and you got to deal with like unhappy receivers who are unhappy with the amount of times they're getting the ball, how they're involved in the game plan, despite being 4-0 and winning football games. Obviously, that affected the play calling. They tried to get these guys involved. They threw them off their base, and they ended up making a bunch of stupid fucking mistakes. How would you handle that as a quarterback?
It's hard because I don't know the relationship that he has with those guys, how close it is, how many times they've been in moments where he's stepped up and guided them or helped them or listened to them. But as a quarterback, you have to find whatever way it is to deal with all those personalities. And that's a hard thing. You got 52 guys with all 51 personalities you got to deal with. Some, they don't mind a lashing where you get on their ass and tell them, this is bullshit, knock it off. Or you work with Hall of Famers when played with Shannon Sharp. I mean, he deserves the ball, right? And every time he's coming telling me he's open, what I would do, great advice from Jeep Christ, my old QB coach in Arizona Cardinals, say when the receiver comes and says, I'm open, man, give me the ball, I'm open. You just turn to him and say, hey, keep doing your job. Great job. Keep doing your job. Because their job is to get open.
Right.
My job is to throw one ball to whoever I feel is the most open, or when they're in the rhythm or whatever they are. Keep doing your job, Shannon. Good job. Way to go. And if the ball gets to you, great. If it becomes so much so that I could feel it watching the game, I could feel that there was this animosity. You look over on the sideline and what's his face? AJ Brown sitting there just like, you could tell he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And then get him out.
Yeah.
If you're a head coach, have the balls to get him out.
Yeah.
You don't want to be here, then get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
There's other guys that have hunger and desire that are just as talented.
Yeah.
That aren't going to give us this bullshit about wanting the ball more when we're 4-0.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And it's going to hurt them if they don't handle it. And so as a quarterback, you may go to your coach for advice too. You may go to other players, other leaders, and say, hey, I need your help with this.
Yeah.
We need to talk to this guy. He's a cancer. He's starting to crack the foundation. And once that happens, it's hard to mend that, but you can if you just nip it in the bud right now, man.
Nip it in the bud. Well, thankfully, the Broncos don't have that issue. They don't have those guys. It's kind of that mentality of whoever scores, however we win, cool. Like, you're on a grill. And I'm not saying the Philadelphia Eagles are not a good team because they're the Super Bowl champions and now they're 4-1. But the best teams are the ones that it doesn't matter who gets the credit. It doesn't matter who gets the credit as long as we win. I mean, the quarterback always gets the credit, but the other guys who want to be the ones scoring, sometimes you're not that guy.
Yep.
Sometimes the ball doesn't come to you. But if you get the win anyway, that's what should matter the most.
Yep.
Right? All right, so after the game, the quarterback, he's feeling a little beat up. Maybe he took a shot here. Maybe he took a shot there. Maybe his hip flexors are a little sore from an extra special drop he took. What was it like for you the day after the game, kind of getting in the cold tub, your body? What was like hurt the most usually? Was it hit dependent?
It all depended. Yeah, it depended on whether you got hit. A lot of times, though, when we get hit back then, you get hit and taken to the turf a lot.
Yeah.
And no flags. If the guy's 1 or 2 steps close to you, they were allowed to hit you and take you to the ground. So a lot of times you're landing in your neck. These muscles here at certain games would be so sore. It was just like,
it's like whiplash.
Oh
right?
my God. It hurt to just anything.
Yeah.
Everything hurt. But you have highly trained specialists that you are getting treatment from. You want to recover. You want to do everything you can diet wise. We didn't have all this. We knew it was important to eat well and take care of ourselves, but
still we had chicken, we had Popeyes and pizza every Friday.
And after the game, pop a few cold ones and go out and have some fun. Now there's these tracking their rest and their heart rate and how many steps they take, and it's good for these guys because we're going to see them stay fresh hopefully for a 17 game season now.
So I mean, speaking of recovery, now that you're done playing, how does your body feel? Like the stuff that bothered you when you were playing, does it still bother you now? How has your body evolved health-wise, physically, as you've gone into middle age?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Thank you for it, because as you grow, you want to remain active, and I remain active. I do a lot of things, but I'm always as it was when I was playing, things would pop up. Oh man, I'd go too hard and my hip will hurt, or oh, my foot starts hurting. But through my own diet and what we've experienced working with alternative medicines, mostly plants like hemp, CBD, and now working with the mushrooms and their anti-inflammatory properties, I know where I'm injured. I know where there's injuries that have happened so many times during my career that now they're actually like not stuck in cement there, but they're like my big left toe, it hurts. It's pretty jammed up, got stepped on, jammed hundreds of times. My right hip, just from loading and throwing, had it surgically repaired. It kind of bothered me once in a while, but how much energy I give to that is the key. If I'm giving all my energy to my bad hip and my bad toe and I can't get up and it hurts to walk and I'm just going to sit here and do nothing, then it wins. Otherwise, I'd go do yoga. I get on my bike. I stretch. I do everything I can to flush this out. And that's what the players are doing probably today after flying over across the pond. They're sore. They're beat up. I wish they had some of these little travel packs, the Rise and Rest.
What do you got there?
Yeah, the Umbo travel packs. Energy, nice, clean energy, no caffeine, no crash. And then if you want to sleep well, this is it right here.
Where do you get those?
GetUmbo.com.
Oh,
that's right.
Umbo.com.
GetUmbo.com.
Yeah.
Put in Cold Tub 20 for a 20% off discount.
Cold Tub 20.
I just made that right now.
Oh, cool, man.
Cold Tub 20.
I like that.
And these are things that help you recover quicker. They get into your body. They're natural. It's a food group we don't ingest much of. Fungi. It's confusing. Don't trip out. I don't want to trip out. These are not. They're non-psychedelic. They're used for recovery and for energy naturally. Natural intelligence, I like to say.
Did you know about this stuff when you were playing?
No.
Okay.
I knew a little bit about it. I knew obviously, to be careful how much of these little pills you were putting in your body. And I mean the pills from the pharmaceuticals. I knew that there's long-term effects.
Like all the powerful anti-inflammatories they gave us, all the
ones that they would pull off the shelf because old people are having kidney failure, yet they're still giving to us.
Vioxx,
Oh, wait, we'll switch to Vioxx now. Oh, yeah, this one doesn't kill your kidneys and completely obliterate your organs. I knew about this stuff. I was holistic growing up.
Well, so when did you land on the mushroom as being, part of your diet?
Through my journey with you introducing me to Charlotte's Web, and then understanding there were things out there that could help me that didn't involve getting a prescription from my doctor. And jumping into this through Dell Jolly, who I met at Charlotte's Web, and starting to take these. I don't get behind something unless it works. I'm not going to sell you some, pill that helps you last longer in bed because I don't need it. I don't want it.
I last long enough.
I don't want to have it, and I don't believe in that shit, and I'm not going to try it just for the money. But when I try something and it works, get behind it. When I eat something and it's good, I get behind it. Like I brought here today.
What'd you bring? Sandwich?
One guess on what kind of sandwich this is.
A mushroom sandwich?
A Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
From where?
From Old Philly town, Delphia.
Oh, wow.
Check it out. Right there.
How'd you get this here?
I just went and got it this morning because I feel like we should have a bite of a Philly cheesesteak after the Broncos whooped the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's delicious, man.
In Philly.
That's delicious.
In Philly.
Well, hey, man.
What a win.
I've never eaten a Philly cheesesteak in the cold tub, but it's pretty nice.
We are in a cold tub, so if there's any sandwich sponsors out there that want to send us cold cuts or even warm cuts, do it.
Delicious.
We'll eat it on film.
Well, hey, man, big win. That's all for us from the cold tub. I'm Nate Jackson. That's Jake Plummer. We'll see you guys on Wednesday for the walkthrough.
Peace.